concert on April 30th here at Mitchell Hall at 5 p.m.
Now, I'm excited and honored to introduce someone who I've had the pleasure of working closely with these past 2 years. He has truly been a great mentor, helping me to grow and thrive as a student leader. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming the founder of the Puso Foundation, Rob Banez, along with his team, Ari, Ryan, Raisa, Nate, and UDFSA alumna and former philanthropy chair, Nicole Kozak.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me? All right. How's everyone doing tonight? Give me something better than that. How's everyone doing tonight? There we go. Man, these students are so talented. I just watching them from the seats, just all the hard work they put into tonight, all the unseen hours, late hours, remembering their dance, remembering every step, every move, every single beat. It's just truly incredible. And I just want to give them a round of applause. Show them some love real quick. I see so many beautiful faces in the crowd from all different walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds, different journeys, and we're all here tonight for one special night. I tell my group when we were driving up, I was telling them that UDFSA puts on an amazing culture show. I traveled to a bunch of different universities, speaking, sharing the beginnings of our organization, and I go to a few different culture shows. I come to UDFSA and just to see every single race, color, creed here tonight is just a true blessing, and I love to see it, so I want to give them one more shout out. So show them some love. So I go by the name of Robert Banez. I am from the Washington, D.C. area. Anyone here from Washington, D.C.? Who's here from Washington? Where are you from? Washington State, Washington, D.C. You from D.C.? Okay, what part? Fairfax, Virginia in the house. Let's go, all right. So I am the founder and CEO of the Puso Foundation, and although that is my title, I really attribute a lot of the success of our organization and all the lives we touch to my leadership team, who I'll introduce in a bit, but it's far more than just myself. I started the Puso Foundation in 2017, and it's hard to believe we're entering our 5th year as an organization. This organization is 100% grassrooted. I founded it a year after college, and I'll kind of share about the journey in a bit, but for us to be where we are today, it's a true blessing, and it's such a blessing to be here again tonight. My occupation, so I'm actually also the founder of a digital media company called All Pro Reels, and I'm a full-time photographer. And as I mentioned in the slides, all of our leaders are actually 100% volunteers. We use the time out of our days outside of work to spend on things we love and to find purpose and passion through giving back, which I'm excited to share with you tonight. The name of the organization is called the Fuso Foundation. Anyone know what Puso means? Heart? You got it. Puso also stands for the purposeful, unconditional service to others, and our mission statement is to provide hope with a purpose. We are an international 501c3 nonprofit organization based in the Washington, D.C. area, but we have team members from all over the United States, from Denver to California and LA, to Miami, to Delaware, to Detroit, to New York City. And it's a true blessing that we all get to come together and share our passions and purposes to give back. Over the course of the last 5 years, we've been able to serve over 7 different countries. As you guys can see from the pictures above, top left, we have the country of Liberia, which we did a mission trip to, which is in Africa. Top right, which is a mission trip we did in El Salvador, which is in South America. The bottom left is Ethiopia, which we did another mission trip to. And the Dominican Republic in the bottom right. And aside from these 4 countries, we've also been in Lebanon. We've done a ton of work here in the United States. And of course, where a lot of our work is done is in the Philippines. Over the course of those 5 years, we've been able to serve over 100,000 lives. And really, when I say 100,000 lives, it's more than just the lives we've touched in these areas that have been hurt by poverty or by natural disasters. Our mission statement is hope with a purpose, and we really believe that hope with a purpose doesn't just attain to them, but also attains to the people that are on the other side, people that are helping us fundraise, people that are here in attendance. All of us need hope to get through whatever we're going through. And although we might be in the States and we might get an American education and all the different things that come with being in the United States, we are still in need of hope, and all of us are facing battles that none of us can really see at times, and it's important that you guys all hopefully get some hope from this presentation. We're made up of 22 different executive team members. As I mentioned, all of us are 100% volunteer members. We're from different origins and different industries, work in different parts of the world. So I'd say, a lot of my team members come from STEM, from digital media to nursing, and we take all of our ideas and the things that we love to do and we bring it back to the organization, which is love. So as I mentioned, we have a couple here tonight, so I'm going to give a round of applause to Ari and Risa who are in the building. We also have Nate and Ryan in the building. And the next person you may recognize, I actually met her 2 months into starting the organization. I was speaking at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and I was so nervous. I remember I couldn't even remember my name when I got on stage. And I spoke, thought I did terrible. So the first thing I wanted to do right after I spoke was get some pizza, just eat it off. And somehow someone randomly taps me on the back. And I'm just like, oh my God, you're Robert, you just spoke. I loved your presentation. I want to help fundraise for you. And that person is Nicole Kozak, who not only helped pave the way for Puso to be part of the UD family, but she also, after graduation, joined our team as a college outreach director, and she's helped us fundraise thousands of dollars working with different schools from California to the Midwest to the East Coast. And Nicole, thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you. Show us some love. And as I mentioned, we're 100% volunteer based. Here's our other members of our team at our local turkey giveaway that we do every year in DC. And then kind of going into our 45 schools in our college outreach program. UD is one of 45 different schools that we work with throughout the United States. And the college outreach program is really important to us. And I really tell my team this every day, is I believe it's the future of Puso. Given that we get to work with college students who have amazing ideas, incredible hearts, and are so generous. And it's more than just the fundraising piece to it though. There's really two major pieces that I like to attend to the college outreach program. And that's the bridge of giving opportunities for those that want to serve and connecting them with the lives that need help, but also the importance of perspective. And when I first started the organization 5 years ago, I was in the middle of my tech job. I was struggling at a 9-to-5 job, and I just, I felt like my past experiences of losing my mom to cancer at the age of 9, growing up without my father because he was in and out of jail because of drugs, that it didn't lead to where I was at. And I was working my 9-to-5, going to work, emailing, texting, leaving, going to the gym to work out, and repeating and sleeping. I just felt so empty inside, and that I needed something deeper. I was built for something else. That all the seasons of my life that I had been through, that the adversities that I faced, didn't amount to where I was at. And I just knew I had to dig a little deeper. So it all started with me going to work and telling my colleague that I wanted to go back to the Philippines and give back. And that conversation ended up giving me $20. He was like, hey, I want to donate $20 to your cause, Robert. And at the time I had no cause. I was like, what cause? And he was like, your cause. I'm like, what cause? So I took that idea, I went home, and I was like telling a couple of my friends and family, I was like, hey, someone gave me $20 for this mission trip that I'm kind of planning on doing. What do you guys think about that? And they all encouraged me, hey, maybe you should start a GoFundMe, share your story online, use social media as a tool to fundraise. And I started a GoFundMe, and over the course of 3 weeks, I was able to raise over $6,000, which was more than enough given in 2017 for just a mission trip, but for the whole year. As you know, the Philippine PHP goes a very long way with the USD, and it's one of those things where that's jump-started the organization, and I'm sitting here 5 years later, and we've started a college outreach program, which touched thousands of lives, and we continue to do so thanks to the leadership team that we have, but also thanks to you guys. What has Puso been up to? I'm going to share a little bit about what we've been up to recently. Some of you guys have definitely heard about this, but the Swell of Hope program is something UD was a big part of last year. And I guess before I go into Swell of Hope, despite the pandemic, UD has done an incredible job fundraising for us virtually. We've been on Zoom calls, fundraisers, all that, so I just want to give you some love for doing that. But the Swell of Hope program essentially was built in 2020 to help islands in the Philippines and the Mindanao region, which is the southern part that was heavily impacted by the pandemic because of the lack of tourism. A lot of hostels, fishermen, a lot of them went out of jobs and they didn't have work to do because of the lack of people coming into the country. And we called the program Swell of Hope because as a swell is essentially a storm that happens thousands of miles into the water. And essentially, we are the swell here causing the waves of hope on the islands of the Philippines. And this is a picture of our team out there doing a mission trip out on the islands. But unfortunately, in December of 2021, just a year and a half into the program, Typhoon Udet overnight went from a Category 1 storm to a Category 5 storm. And it hit Siargao Island that we had been serving through the Swell of Hope program. My brother actually lived on the island at the time, and I didn't hear from him for 14 days. It was just one of the most scariest parts of my life. And just to see the pictures afterwards, the picture on the island looked like, and then the picture on the right is what it looks like today. I think for over a month, they had no electricity, no running water. So over the course of the last 4 months, we've been working really hard to get people back on their feet, providing much needed care packages from medicine to food to water, the most simple things in life that sometimes it's easy to take for granted. You know, it's easy to wake up and not, oh, thank you for this water. Like it's something that we have in our fridge. Food on the table, something we have on the table. Roof over our heads is something we wake up to every day, a nice comfortable bed, right? And these are things that, oftentimes we take for granted that many would be a treasure to, So the next phase of our mission is actually phase 3, where we're looking to build our very first Puso homes. 5 years ago, when I first started the organization, this was a big part of what I wanted to do, when you first start your organization. I want to build homes, I want to build hospitals, I want to build schools, and never do you really get to it, and it just happens overnight, right? It has to be consistent work, meetings, and relationships that we've built. And we're here today on the verge of building our first homes next week, actually. We're partnering up with the UN, the IOM, which is also the International Organization for Migration, and they're helping us with a lot of construction and advice on the labor of what to do in the Philippines. But I want to show you guys just a quick picture. This is Junelle and his 2 kids. And Junelle and his 2 kids were the first family we've selected to build a home for. They are struggling mightily, and when I got sent these photos, just watching this, taking a second just to look at this photo, I was just crushed. It's like this used to be their home, and it's no longer there. So we're super excited to be able to hopefully build a home. It's the very first part of our journey in building homes in the Philippines. So please pray for us, keep us in your prayers. How you can help? As you can see here, I'm rocking some Puso gear. We'll have some Puso gear in the back. Our team will also be in the back, so if any of you guys want to say hello, get to know our organization, we're giving away free stickers and pop sockets as well. So please stop by, show some love, and we'll chat a little bit in the back. Following our journey is also big. Telling a friend about us. Referral is the holy grail in the business world, and I really feel like it's the same way in anywhere you go. A referral will be used to show us some love and follow our journey, follow our Instagram page, and if you want to check out some of the programs on our website, feel free to do so as well. And last 3 things here is my closing message. And this is the group of UD, and I have 3 messages for you. This is my closing message here. And the first one is constant pursuit of purpose. And when I was in my job, my tech job that helped me start the organization, I was at a time where I had no idea what my life's purpose was. I had no idea what I was built to do here in this world. And it's okay not to know that, but it's not okay to not be in constant pursuit every single day to get there. Life is a journey. You're going to have its ups and downs. It's not a straight line. It's going to go up, down, maybe backwards, but that's okay. The one main piece here is to just take some time, 5 minutes of your time to meditate, to think, to pray, to write down, to reflect on what your life's purpose is, because I promise you, you're here for a reason. Number 2, pay it forward. I have a lot of mentors in my life, a lot of mentors. As I mentioned, I lost my mom at an early age. My father was in and out of my life. So what really got me through my life was hope from mentors, people who were my parents, or my friends' parents that got me through this. And the number one thing they always tell me now that I am where I am today, I was like, yo, Coach B, yo, Coach Tony, what can I do? Like, how can I help you? Because you gave me so much. They're like, Rob, just pay it forward. Pay it forward to the next person. So I asked if there's anything you get from this presentation today, pay it forward. And lastly, enjoy the ride. And I think over the course of the last 2 years with this pandemic, we haven't been in person. Just being here alone, it's like, wow, I forgot what it felt like to be in front of a crowd, to hear the voices and dancing, and just see that in person. But life is short, life is precious, and I think we've all learned that in the last 2 years. So make sure you enjoy this ride. It's quick, it's sweet, but it's too many times where we get caught up in the little things of life, where we get annoyed we have issues going on, that we forget to just enjoy the moment. And every season is there for a reason. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for having me tonight. It's a true blessing to be here. I love you guys. Take care and get home safely.
Okay. We should be having a slide coming up soon, but we are going to take, first I just want to say thank you, Rob.